Hi. Welcome to the History House. I'm Arma Saeed and you are watching the History of November 11th on your favorite The History House YouTube channel. Please watch the video till the end so that you will know about the births and deaths on this day. Do not forget to subscribe the channel in order to get daily updates. November 11th is the 315th day of the year, 316th in leap years in the Gregorian calendar. 50 days remain until the end of the year. 308 at Carnuntum, Emperor Emeritus Diocletian confers with Galerius, Augustus of the East, and Maximianus, the recently returned former Augustus of the West, in an attempt to end the civil wars of the Tetrarchy. 1028 Constantine VIII died, ending his uninterrupted reign as emperor or co-emperor of the Byzantine Empire of 66 years. 1100 Henry I of England marries Matilda of Scotland, the daughter of Malcolm III of Scotland and a direct descendant of the Saxon King Edmund Ironside. Matilda is crowned in the same day. 1215 The Fourth Council of the Lateran meets, defining the doctrine of transubstantiation, the process by which bread and wine are, by that doctrine, said to transform into the body and blood of Christ. 1500 Treaty of Granada, Louis XII of France and Ferdinand II of Aragon agreed to divide the Kingdom of Naples between them. 1572 Tycho Brahe observes the supernova SN 1572. 1620 The Mayflower Compact is signed in what is now Provincetown Harbour near Cape Cod. 1634 Following pressure from Anglican Bishop John Atherton, the Irish House of Commons passes an act for the punishment for the vice of buggery. 1673 Second Battle of Khotin in Ukraine, Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth forces under the command of Jan Sobieski defeat the Ottoman army. In this battle, rockets made by Kazimierz Siemianowicz are successfully used. 1675 Gottfried Leibniz demonstrates integral calculus for the first time to find the area under the graph of y equals fx. 1724 Joseph Blake, alias Blueskin, a highwayman known for attacking thief-taker General and thief Jonathan Wild at the Old Bailey, is hanged in London. 1750 Riots break out in Lhasa after the murder of the Tibetan regent. 1750 The FHC Society, also known as the Flat Hat Club, is formed at Raleigh Tavern, Williamsburg, Virginia. It is the first college fraternity. 1778 Cherry Valley Massacre, Loyalists and Seneca Indian forces attack a fort and village in eastern New York during the American Revolutionary War, killing more than 40 civilians and soldiers. 1805 Napoleonic Wars, Battle of Durenstein, 8,000 French troops attempt to slow the retreat of a vastly superior Russian and Austrian force. 1813 War of 1812, Battle of Chrysler's Farm, British and Canadian forces defeat a larger American force, causing the Americans to abandon their St. Lawrence campaign. 1831 In Jerusalem, Virginia, Nat Turner is hanged after inciting a violent slave uprising. 1839 The Virginia Military Institute is founded in Lexington, Virginia. 1865 Treaty of Cintula is signed whereby Bhutan cedes the areas east of the Teesta River to the British East India Company. 1869 The Victorian Aboriginal Protection Act is enacted in Australia, giving the government control of Indigenous peoples' wages, their terms of employment, where they could live, and of their children, effectively leading to the stolen generations. 1880 Australian bushranger Ned Kelly is hanged at Melbourne Jail. 1887 August spies, Albert Parsons, Adolf Fischer and George Engel are executed as a result of the Haymarket Affair. 1889 The state of Washington is admitted as the 42nd state of the United States. 1911 Many cities in the Midwestern United States break their record highs and lows on the same day as a strong cold front rolls through. 1918 World War I, Germany signs an armistice agreement with the Allies in a railroad car in the forest of Compiègne. 1918 Joseph Pilsudski assumes supreme military power in Poland, symbolic first day of Polish independence. 1918 Emperor Charles I of Austria relinquishes power. 1919 The industrial workers of the world attack an Armistice Day parade in Centralia, Washington, ultimately resulting in the deaths of 5 people. 1919 Latvian forces defeat the West Russian Volunteer Army at Riga in the Latvian War of Independence. 1921 – The Tomb of the Unknowns is dedicated by U.S. President Warren G. Harding at Arlington National Cemetery. 1923 – Adolf Hitler was arrested in Munich for high treason for his role in the Beer Hall Putsch. 1926 – The United States numbered highway system is established. 1930 – Patent number US 1781541 is awarded to Albert Einstein and Leo Szilard for their invention, the Einstein refrigerator. 1934 – The Shrine of Remembrance in Melbourne, Australia is opened. 1940 – World War II – In the Battle of Taranto, the Royal Navy launches the first all-aircraft ship-to-ship naval attack in history. 1940 – World War II – The German auxiliary cruiser Atlantis captures top-secret British mail from the Automedon, and sends it to Japan. 1942 – World War II – France's Zone Libre is occupied by German forces in Case Anton. 1960 – A military coup against President Ngo Dinh Diem of South Vietnam is crushed. 1961 – 13 Italian Air Force servicemen, deployed to the Congo as a part of the UN peacekeeping force, are massacred by a mob in Kindu. 1962 – Kuwait's National Assembly ratifies the Constitution of Kuwait. 1965 – Southern Rhodesia's Prime Minister Ian Smith unilaterally declares the colony independent as the unrecognized state of Rhodesia. 1966 – NASA launches Gemini 12. 1967 – Vietnam War – In a propaganda ceremony in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, 3 American prisoners of war are released by the Viet Cong and turned over to New Left anti-war activist Tom Hayden. 1968 – Vietnam War – Operation Commando Hunt initiated. The goal is to interdict men and supplies on the Ho Chi Minh Trail, through Laos into South Vietnam. 1972 – Vietnam War – Vietnamization – The United States Army turns over the massive Long Binh military base to South Vietnam. 1975 – Australian constitutional crisis of 1975 – Australian Governor-General Sir John Kerr dismisses the government of Gough Whitlam, appoints Malcolm Fraser as caretaker Prime Minister and announces a general election to be held in early December. 1975 – Independence of Angola. 1977 – A munitions explosion at a train station in Iri, South Korea kills at least 56 people. 1981 – Antigua and Barbuda joins the United Nations. 1992 – The General Synod of the Church of England votes to allow women to become priests. 1993 – A sculpture honoring women who served in the Vietnam War is dedicated at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. 1999 – The House of Lords Act is given royal assent, restricting membership of the British House of Lords by virtue of a hereditary peerage. 2000 Capron disaster – 155 skiers and snowboarders die when a cable car catches fire in an alpine tunnel in Capron, Austria. 2001 Journalists Pierre Billaud, Johanna Sutton and Volker Handloik are killed in Afghanistan during an attack on the convoy they are traveling in. 2002 A Fokker F-27 Friendship operating as La Hogue International Airlines Flight 585 crashes into Manila Bay shortly after takeoff from Ninoy Aquino International Airport, killing 19 people. 2004 New Zealand Tomb of the Unknown Warrior is dedicated at the National War Memorial, Wellington. 2004 The Palestine Liberation Organization confirms the death of Yasser Arafat from unidentified causes. Mahmoud Abbas is elected chairman of the PLO minutes later. 2006 Queen Elizabeth II unveils the New Zealand War Memorial in London, United Kingdom, commemorating the loss of soldiers from the New Zealand Army and the British Army. 2012 A strong earthquake with the magnitude 6.8 hits northern Burma, killing at least 26 people. 2014 58 people are killed in a bus crash in the Sukkur district in southern Pakistan's Sindh province. Births on this day 30 October. 1987 Zac Efron American actor, singer. 1984 Lindsey Vonn American skier. 1960 Jean-Claude Van Damme Belgian martial artist, actor, director. 1921 Jesse Helms American politician. 1919 Pierre Trudeau Canadian politician, 15th Prime Minister of Canada. Deaths on this day 30 October. 1973 Leo Strauss German, American philosopher. 1931 Thomas Edison, American businessman, invented the light bulb, phonograph. 1871 Charles Babbage, English mathematician, engineer, invented the difference engine. 1744 Sarah Churchill, Duchess of Marlborough. 1541 Margaret Tudor, English wife of James IV of Scotland. Thanks a lot for watching the History House YouTube channel. Please like this video and subscribe the channel for latest stories on daily basis.